And we decided to do Pumptrakr because we were frustrated with managing irrigation. It wasn't that we were doing a bad job necessarily, it's just there was so much going on. Irrigation comes at a point in time of the year where everybody's just really ready to take a break, and then bam, we're hit with not just laying the pipe, and that's fine, but the stress of managing a situation, the whole situation, without leaving any stones unturned was becoming a burden more than it should have been, I thought. So we started with trying to keep notes on everything that we did. We would send out guys in the morning, they would have a spreadsheet, here's what you check, bring the spreadsheet back. I would have to compile all these papers and check off what people had did and done and what their problems were. And sometimes I wouldn't get notes back, sometimes they were filled out wrong. I had misinformation all over the place. It's not that my guys were doing anything wrong, it's just there was some misinformation. So I felt like I had to go around and double check everything. So having help was almost negated by the fact that I felt like I needed to drive around 2 or 3 times a day and double check everything that I thought was running just to make sure it really was or not. There's also issues of waking up in the middle of the night at 2 and 3 in the morning or 11 at night right before I went to bed and go, oh, I think I might have left that pump running. I can't remember if I was at that field, or I sure hope somebody actually turned off that pump. A lot of times I can remember just getting up in the middle of the night and leaving, and the wife would say, where are you going? Checking a pump again? Yes, ma'am, I'll be back. And so there I was driving around in the middle of the night double checking things, and that was getting a bit too much. So I started looking for something that would do what I needed to do. There's got to be something out there already in the industry that will fix this problem. And we looked really hard. We found some products that can tell you if a certain asset is running or not, and that was nice, but you had to buy the equipment to monitor that asset, and then it just helped you monitor an asset. You didn't really have any management help of what all is running, and plus it was just expensive to manage, to buy all this equipment that was needed for every pump, every power unit. Sometimes the equipment would be more than the cost of the old motor that was running the pump anyway. So that was out of the question. After a long search, I thought, well, I guess the only thing I can do is just try to take a stab at this myself. So I dug out some college books from when I used to do some coding in college and tied into making Pumptrakr, the app. I didn't have a name for it at the time, of course, I just started making it. And it started to take shape. We came up with the name Pumptrakr halfway through the project. I showed some other farmer friends, just, hey, look at what I'm working on. And they were like, wow, where'd you get this? And, well, I'm making it. Man, I need this. Can you set me up with this? Well, the short answer was kind of yes, but I only had so much room on my server, and I couldn't, the way I was building it, it wasn't going to be acceptable to sell it, on a large scale. So I finished my project. I did some more talks with some other people and really got a decision from hearing what everybody thought about my idea, and said, well, let's just go for this. Let's take this to the big level, and let's make this a full app that can be accessible on Android and any kind of phone that's out there, something that can share information, that employees can log, this is the pump I turned on, this is when I turned it on, this is where it's running, this is the fuel level, and then everything that they do, I can see, and everything that I do, they can see. We just have one platform. Just take away all of the communication glitches that happen to at least get down to a point where we're all working on the same level and we can all make decisions from the same starting point. And that's what Pumptrakr is really meant to do. That's the basic level, is just to get everybody on the same page informationally.